There are 85,000 blind employees working in the United States currently. 90% of these employees are Braille literate. Many are unable to perform to their highest capabilities because many jobs require typing on computers. The lack of Braille lettering on most workplace computers hinders the potential of these workers. Even if Braille lettering is present on the keyboard, blind employees are unable to move to other computers to complete their tasks. To help overcome this issue, we set out to create a cheap, portable alternative by designing a Braille keyboard cover with Braille lettering imprinted on each key. With practicality and marketability being our goals in creating our product, we set out to create a prototypical model that is easy to use, cheap, versatile, and durable. The Braille keyboard cover is marketable since it is cheaper and more portable than the current market alternatives that consist of expensive Braille keyboards and Braille overlays that may only be used once. The feasibility and inexpensive nature of mass-producing this Braille keyboard cover is one of its biggest strengths. To mass-produce our Braille keyboard covers, factories must only slightly modify the molds they use for normal silicone keyboard covers. Molds are generally cheap, and no other part of the manufacturing process must be modified. Old molds can be used as well, if they are engraved with Braille patterns. Thus, old molds do not have to be thrown away, an eco-friendly and economical option.
Furthermore, silicon is a cheap material, but rubber or other soft plastics may be used as well. This product is also completely safe. The keyboard cover will easily slide over an actual keyboard without any strain. Furthermore, the natural cushioning properties of silicon can make it fairly comfortable as well. The cover is easily cleanable and has a non-stick surface to avoid contamination by various substances. And it does not contain any toxic materials that can affect the user. Use of our keyboard covering can also preclude unnecessary replacement of existing keyboards, which is expensive and not eco-friendly. There's a fairly large market, 85,000 blind adults in the US, 90% of whom are Braille literate and employed in the US, and many, many more throughout the world. The keyboard cover is light and portable, and it can fit a variety of keyboards, though more models may be easily produced for certain computer keyboard variations.
To create our prototype, we bought a silicone keyboard cover online, and wrote each Braille character on our keyboard cover with dots of blue from a hot glue gun. We tried to use conventional Braille characters for every key on the keyboard, but for some keys, such as the Windows logo key, we duplicated the pictogram from a template keyboard. Other times, we used creative simplifications of Braille to more concisely represent what a key means, such as for the Shift key. This was a crude prototype, but we later used a Braille overlay with silicone keyboard cover to make a plaster mold with Braille indentions that would allow us to make more sophisticated models more closely to our proposed factory standards and in greater quantities in the future. In order to ensure that our product was indeed practical, we conducted several tests involving typing using our keyboard covering. Each group was asked to type certain words and phrases with and without our covering. Testing indicated that those who used their keyboard and knew Braille typed more quickly and accurately. The data indicated that there is a strong correlation between using our keyboard covering and increasing typing speed and accuracy in both those who had and did not have visual impairment. Out of the 50 phrases and 50 sentences used for testing, subject group 1 typed on average 49 phrases correctly and 48 sentences correctly, 97% accuracy. Subject group 2 on average typed 35 phrases and 32 sentences, 67% accuracy. Subject group 3 on average typed 47 phrases and 45 sentences, 92% accuracy. Subject group 4 on average typed 30 phrases and 23 sentences, 53% accuracy.
While we did not conduct our tests with any blind people, we are reasonably certain that blindfolding represents visual impairment well enough, and that data corroborates the notion that our keyboard covering could in fact provide a viable method of helping the blind type more easily. In conclusion, our keyboard cover has several strong traits. It has a market. Our product can potentially serve not only the approximately 76,500 Braille literate blind employees in the United States, but up to the 314 million visually impaired individuals throughout the world, on and off the job. It can compete successfully against other market alternatives. It is easy to use, versatile, cheaper and more affordable than Braille keyboards and one-time use Braille overlays. Mass production of the Braille keyboard cover would only require adjustments to current methods of keyboard cover production and can be sold extremely cheap, perhaps even under the price of $2. At such a cheap price, it would even be possible for employers to provide blind employees with this necessity. Furthermore, the Braille keyboard cover will allow blind employees to increase their efficiency in the workplace. With such a global market and such a cheap price of production, the Braille keyboard cover has the ability to impact blind employees across the planet, bettering the lives of countless people.